Alright, welcome to level 8. This is where the floors start to get, like, more complex and really more diametrically opposed to each other. Like, 8 and 9, which are the ones have just played tonight and am doing commentary of, really, like, don't have much of anything in common, other than the fact that they both only require one key to beat. Actually, the other key isn't even in these levels, despite like how big they are. But this is one that I was particularly proud of at the time, because it's pretty non-linear and big. It's kind of an homage to the first episode, but it has a bit of a different feel of the first episode, I'd say. But it still has that sort of prison setting, although that's only a small part of the level, really. But the south half, which, like, the southwest part is the part that I'm exploring now, which is sort of this gray brick area, which is fairly empty of guards. There isn't much here. I think there are a secret or two, and there are some guards. That guy saw me. But it's kind of confusing, and there isn't a lot here. I don't know, when I was filling this part out in the level, this part was sort of an afterthought, and I was just looking at it and thought it was kind of, oh, that secret actually goes, like, you can't go through that locked door, but if you could, it would be in the back end of the level where you start the locked door that you look back through in the entrance that's supposed to be from level 7. That's sort of like a weird joke or something. I don't know exactly, but you can't even go through that door. You have to have cheat codes to do it, so unless you somehow get a guard to open it, which I think would be difficult given how the level is laid out. But yeah, this whole gray area, it's kind of a gray area. I think I just was laying it out, and I just didn't want to put more guards here, because there are a lot of guards in the sort of northwest half of the level, which is where the gold key is, and I didn't feel like I wanted to make it more of the same thing, I guess. So it's kind of suspiciously empty. I like it though. I don't know, this level has a quality to it that I can't quite describe, but is interesting, and it's more like conventional in setting, much more so than almost any other level I can think of in this particular mod. And the layouts aren't realistic, but they're more so than any I can think of. So that's, I don't know. This room is kind of neat. It's like there are guys in the very corner, and they pop out, and there's a chain gun there. You can see the edge of the other area there, the northwest corner of the map. And it's all sort of interconnected. Like, from where you enter, you can either go into this area on the left or go straight, which is what I chose not to do, but what a lot of people would do. And there's a really, like, a very difficult situation if you go that way, because there's a huge dining hall with tons of guards, and there's like tons of entrances to it that I'm on the back end of right now. And so that way is like really difficult to manage, especially if you don't have much ammo. But it's a nice, like, immediate confrontation, basically, that you can also choose to skip. And this area right here is sort of a bunch of little interconnected blue rooms where those guards wander around. They're very kind of sparsely detailed, but they end up at this place where this is a side room right now, but they eventually end up where the gold key is, where a bunch of SS guards are. Man, I really used the treasure pretty badly in this game in general. Like, I gave people crowns all the time, which gives you a really high score, which means I have 9 lives within the first few levels. So yeah, right now I'm stalking the gold key. It's just, yeah, sort of little mini maze or whatever. I think that goes, that's one entrance to the gold key room, but I'm going the other way. Just right through here. Looks like some sort of meeting area or something. Those tables always make me think of that. They used a lot in episode 1 in particular. Don't know exactly what to say. They're also eating there, so. It's kind of a, you walk into this convergence of guards or whatever. So now I'm gonna go back through the back end of this big hall, and I'm deciding whether I want to enter through that way or not, but I'm going to. You can see the slowdown on DOSBox, which always makes things a lot more tense. I actually kind of enjoy it because it adds like some degree of tension to the game. There's kind of a delay in between when you move the key and like your reaction time, which means the guards you have less time to react to the guards, and sometimes those SS guys just start shooting, which makes it difficult and means that you can, you know, go from 100 health to 50 or 20 or dead like very quickly. Which is why I actually really tense when I'm playing these, especially knowing that like I'm recording. But yeah, this is the big dining hall area that's near the front, like the top entrance from the start of the level, which is right in that door that I just ran out of view. Yeah, to the left there. Whatever. I'll walk in there later. I do provide some ammo right there, though. So, like, if you wanted to take on the tons of guards, you could. Especially if you have a chain gun, it's easier. But even with 198 ammo, the chain gun really eats up stuff. This is another side area. I don't know. I guess another, like, homage to episode 1. Which I rag on a lot because I think the levels are kind of boring. But, and maybe they don't have the qualities that I like of the other episodes, but they're still interesting, and it's interesting that they're there because the feel is so different from the rest of the game. And yeah, I don't know. There's something pretty cool about them, even though I don't think they work as well. The levels in episode 1. So this is kind of my skewed version of it because of that. I don't really do many levels that are like designed that way. This is the back entrance to the last area, which is sort of a just more linear, a little gauntlet at the end. And I did that a lot, but I kind of maybe this room is pretty tense. There's guards hiding behind there. There's another chain gun there too. I kind of like, I don't think I would do that anymore if I like these key areas that sort of become this linear sort of epilogue to the end, because both level 8 and level 9 have that. This one feels maybe a little bit more related to the rest of the map, if only because the textures are the same, but I don't know. maybe it's just because I think of it differently in my mind that it seems different, but when you're actually playing it, like it sort of comes together in a more like in a way that seems more cohesive. That's the interesting thing about, you know, playing someone else's level and making things in general is it may seem really pieced together to you because of the process of making it, but it actually might seem very cohesive to somebody else playing it. And you don't really know. You can't really have an objective sense of it. Yeah, this room I get gunned down, but I saved right before it, so. I think there's just about the right amount of health and ammo in this level in general. It's not. It's probably more challenging if you don't know, if you don't go a certain path and don't know where things are. But I wouldn't call this an incredibly challenging level in comparison to a lot of the other ones. But yeah, I guess I was proud of it because of, you know, how fully I sort of went in the non-linear direction, and you know, I feel like it was pretty well realized in that sense. There's some rough edges or whatever, but it just had a different feel from the rest of the stuff that I did, and I always liked it when something sort of felt that way. It wasn't just kind of a loose ends and stuff that were pieced together, which is what something like level 9 felt like. But you know, going back, it doesn't actually feel like that to me. So, but yeah, it's a kind of a might try it doing a more conventional sort of Wolfenstein level. I think it turned out pretty well. Anyway, stay tuned for level 9.